JC Tickets provides first-class trips to Ravens road games, including airfare, 4-star hotels, game tickets, and cocktail parties. We also help provide great seating locations to all Ravens home games. JC Tickets, where the games begin. Visit us at jctickets.net.
Ravens Wrap is sponsored by Bud Light, jctickets.net, Geico Insurance, Dunaway Furniture, Ocean City Golf Club, RussellStreetReport.com, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Holiday Inn Express, BuyAToyota.com, your official site for Toyota deals. The original Green Turtle, hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
And welcome back in. It is the original Green Turtles Ravens Wrap show on Comcast Beach TV and now WMDT TV channel 47 and 93.5 The Beach. Coming to you from the Ravens room at the Blue Ox Bar and Grill, 127th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City with Ravens fans, including Ravensers 44 across Del Mar. Give yourselves a hand. Ray Lou. And in just a second, we're going to talk to a very special guest who was with us last year. We're looking forward to talking to her about a great event for helping out the military members. Also, we're going to have a few questions for her about some football, about her late husband, and a statue as well. Yeah. So we'll get to that in just a second as we continue to talk about the Ravens' 23-21 win over the Cleveland Browns. Bobby Vermillion, Bruce Laird. Guys, had to ask you a couple of quick things. The field goal in the the fourth quarter that John Harbaugh attempted with about 10 minutes left, where we went for it on 4th and 1 after Joe got stuffed on 3rd and 1. We went for it on 4th and 1. Bruce, you talked about you didn't like the play, but
I didn't like the play call
at that point because they ran into an overload there. But on the road like that, down, I believe, was it 6 or down 4 at the time? I believe it was. It would have brought it to 1. Right. Why not kick the field goal there?
You know, I didn't mind him going for it because I think what he was thinking about, it was a slugfest. It looked like it was going to go. I really felt like in John's heart of hearts, he felt like they needed 7 points there or the opportunity to get 7, so he rolled the dice away from home. But Joe's just got to see that. When you got someone on the nose and 5 guys at the side and you're offset eye and you still run that play, if you can't figure it out, then call a timeout and have Gary Kubiak tell you what to run, but you can't run that. Your husband would never run that play because I'm going to tell you something. You could run it 99 times against that front, and you may get it 1, and that's how bad.
But you were okay with the call, though.
I was okay for him going with it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to be a Monday morning quarterback. It's easy actually to be a Monday.
Yeah, but that's what we do in the media.
But you know what? It's funny. I didn't have a problem with it either. I didn't like the play call as well. But I also will say this. You know, the defense up to that point, Cleveland was scoring points and moving the ball. The fourth quarter, a different story. So, you know, Coach Harbaugh probably thought, hey, we need to get, you know, a touchdown here in that situation.
And that's
why he rolled the dice.
That's what he said. Also, we can't overlook the fact that we had a blocked field goal in this game. And we know Billy Cundiff missed a field goal that helped, but a blocked field goal, A.C. Jackson on an overload, by the way. They took advantage, first blocked field goal since 2009. Special teams has been pretty consistent for us over the last couple of years in kickoff coverage and kick return, punt return. But again, hadn't had that in, 5 years, Bobby, coming into that game. That was a huge part. And again, special teams plays a part. We don't talk about that phase enough.
It really is. It was huge in the game. And you look at special teams. Obviously, John Harbaugh comes from a special teams background. He takes a lot of pride in it. You know how hard they work at it. And to see that come up in a game like that, which it really was all the difference in the world. I mean, that's the play that really changed the game. And you know what? It was the kind of play that you needed to win on the road against a divisional opponent.
No doubt.
Got to ask you finally about the Johnny Manziel play. And I don't know if you guys know this, but that play, the reason it was illegal goes back to a 1954 game in which the Rams blew out the Baltimore Colts. And after running that play the next day, the commissioner at the time said, I'm not going to allow these kind of shenanigans to happen again. And he made the rule about being within so many yards of the sideline and within the 30s in the bench area.
Yeah, and see, I didn't know that rule existed. Okay. So when it was so funny towards the end and he's looking at coach and the other coach in the background is going like this, go.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator.
But as a defensive guy, that's what you look at. I mean, you've got to know who's coming in, who's going out.
You got to count to 11,
and
right?
you got to count.
Was it Jimmy Smith that was on that side? He must have known the rules, right? That it wasn't.
Yeah,
right. You know,
That's
I made
his
a
story.
mistake there.
I knew it all along. I just let him run it.
Yeah, but I thought that was interesting. The reason why it was illegal goes back to
That's
the
a
Colts
good
game.
one.
Now, they called Terrence West for a legal shift, but even if he hadn't illegally shifted, they would have called it a legal play anyway. So,
You think?
bottom line. That's what the but yeah,
You think?
good
Hey, let me
question.
tell you, that's how strong of a host Mike Bradley is. Only he can come up with that stat.
I dig that stuff.
That's great.
That's why I spent hours.
1954. I was 4 years old.
John wasn't even in the league.
We're having disputes out there on that. All right, let's bring in our very special guest, the wife of the late Johnny Unitas, Sandy Unitas. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
That's great.
19.
But also 96, Ravens Roost 96. We're out of
I love it.
Fenwick.
The founding season of the Baltimore Ravens there.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Sandy, we want to get into one of the reasons you're up here is because you guys, Ravens Roost 96, are putting on a great event to honor our veterans, and I think that the outreach for the veterans in this community, whether it be retired or active
Very good.
military, is phenomenal. I know recently there was an Operation Seize the Day that took place in Bethany Beach, and you guys are following it up with a great event. So fill everybody in on your event, on your golf event.
Well, this is our 4th year of the golf tournament, and this will be our 2nd year to give the money to the Wounded Warriors, and it's over. This group is over in Salisbury. Last year we raised over $9,000. So with that money, they were able to buy a van so they can transport the people that live there that need the help back and forth to doctors with appointments and things like that. So we'll be at Ocean City Golf Course, October the 17th. Registration starts, I think, at 11:30. Tournament starts at 1. And we have auction items. Everyone in our group is out there, and they work their butts off. They work really hard. But it's for a great cause. Is there any questions anyone might have about it?
How do you get in touch?
I'm sorry. I
The
didn't
question is,
hear.
how do you get in touch with?
We have a
you guys.
website, www.ravensroost96.com. And we also have, at this middle table, we have forms to sign up. We have forms for whole sponsors for $50. Last year, I bought one for John. I'll do the same thing again this year. We have whole sponsors for $50 for if any of you have relatives that were in the service and have died, you can do that. Golf is $100 a person or $400 for a group of 4. So anything else you think my group's sitting right there, haven't forgotten anything?
Well, I can tell you this. I played there in a tournament yesterday.
did support us,
And the golf
yeah,
tournament,
last year.
or the golf tournament I played in was the AGH tournament yesterday, and it was an unbelievable event. The golf course, Ocean City Golf and Yachts, in great condition. So if you're looking to play golf, it's a great spot. The beauty of Newport Bay. The back nine, Bruce has played
Yeah,
there several
a lot.
times. The back nine of Newport Bay is just spectacular, particularly in the afternoons.
Yeah.
Well,
Gorgeous view.
And Sandy, the great thing about the Ravens Roost, for people that don't know, it's not just a bunch of Ravens fans getting together. The Ravens Roost give back to the community in various
absolutely.
ways, and I think that's phenomenal. I'm not sure enough people know about that.
Well, I think even 44, I mean, our whole purpose,
Yeah, absolutely.
we put it back in the community. We have members in our Ravens Roost that know absolutely nothing about football, and I won't mention her name. She just comes out for the fun, and believe me, it's lonely on Sundays. Sundays are a hard day for me, so I certainly enjoy them.
Could you leave some of your papers here?
Oh, yes,
before-
we will.
in case people were
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Certainly do that.
So again, it's ravensroost96.com.
All right. And again, the date and location of the event.
It's October the 17th at Ocean City Golf Course.
Excellent.
And we'll have a lunch, and then we have a dinner, and we have an auction.
All right. Well, we thank you for the work that you guys are doing in the community
Oh.
for our military.
Well, thank you for letting us be here.
Absolutely.
But
here.
if sponsorships, we're looking for everything.
All right.
We always do. Thank you.
RavensRoost96.com. Sandy, let me ask you, a couple of weeks ago, before the season started, I believe the week leading up to the Cincinnati game, Ray Lewis had a statue unveiled just a little bit down from your husband, Johnny Unitas. We talked to you last year about how you felt about that, how the family felt about that. Wanted to, for those that might not have seen that, wanted to get your take on that.
Oh, we had no problem with it whatsoever. They had to move John over 10 feet, and our middle son, Chad, went out and oversaw the whole move. But John admired Ray Lewis. He respected him, and I think it's worthy. I think it's absolutely worthy. It's called Unitas Plaza, and Ray was so sweet. After I was at the dedication and left, he had Pam, Bishotti's secretary, to call me and ask me if I would go out in the field with him the following Sunday. And I thought that was very kind for him to share his limelight and his special time with my husband's name.
Well, and Bruce, I got to bring you in, being a former Baltimore Colt. I think the organization and Steve Bisciotti, they get it. They've done a great job of transitioning from Colts to Ravens, but still recognizing their past. I attended a wedding at the stadium at one of their club levels this summer, and they had a ton of Colts history, and I think that speaks volumes about knowing where your roots are from.
Well, there's no question. The community, Maryland, Baltimore, has been in the NFL for a long, long time. It's always been an NFL city. At the end of the day, when we all are going to our maker, it's going to be Bruce Laird, NFL player. And, you know, they may say Baltimore Colts, San Diego Chargers, but all of us are part of the NFL. That's part of our heritage. And Baltimore's been that way for a long time. And I believe you're right, Mike. I think through Art Modell originally, who was an icon of developing this league and the TV package and where it's come from, when he bought it back for peanuts and where it is today. Most of these franchises are worth $1 billion or excess of $1 billion. Now, that's all well and good. You got to find someone to pay it, which probably they will, but it's a good thing to have. And this is what the league has become. And it's amazing. In my 30 years since I started playing and now out of the game, it's been close to 30 years, where the league was. And, you know, I started at Old War Memorial Stadium. At the end of my career, we had 19,000 people showing up, and guess what? They're Colts because of the situation with ownership. They leave town and go to Indianapolis. So support your football team.
But I think it's great to see the transition, but respect the past. We love the past, know where you came from, and the transition with the Ravens to Ray Lewis as well. And Sandy, we thank you for your time and coming on by, and we appreciate it. And thank you again for your work in the community.
I heard your comment. You went to a wedding at the Ravens Stadium?
I did.
Our daughter, our youngest child, just got engaged last Friday. Think I can talk her into getting married at a Ravens Stadium?
There you go.
You got no shot.
We're back next. Keep it here.
What's this all about?
We're giving Rich the NFL experience of a goal line dive.
Really?
There's an easier way to get an ultimate NFL fan experience. Just snap the tag wherever Bud Light is sold and you could win. Bud Light in the NFL. Here we go.
Can I make it?
On the internet, yes. Into the end zone, no.
Come see us at Blue Ox.
JC Tickets provides first-class trips to Ravens road games, including airfare, 4-star hotels, game tickets, and cocktail parties. We also help provide great seating locations to all Ravens home games. JC Tickets, where the games begin. Visit us at jctickets.net.